This is Michael Wittig, ISSA personal trainer and Kaged muscle athlete. The last time I was with you, I was days out from the IPE Natural World Championships. Now, we're 5 weeks post-competition and we're day 31 of my basic and big lean bulk trainer. So this is week 5, day 31. Today we're working back, biceps and abs, all in the 5 to 7 rep range. This is a periodized and progressive program. It's a 12-week free lean bulk trainer that I'm doing. You can follow it on WittigWorks.com. I have daily videos, downloadable PDFs. I'm doing live Q&As twice a week. You can start this at any time. It's absolutely free. Now 30 minutes before every workout, I have my Kaged Muscle pre-Kaged pre-workout. Now I've chosen to go with Kaged Muscle because it's third-party tested, banned substance free, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors. It just helps prime my body to be my best while I'm in here working hard. Before any back workout, I always spend a little time beforehand stretching my lower back and my hamstrings just to get the tightness out and so I can perform better and avoid injury. We're gonna start this back workout off with the deadlift while we're nice and fresh. We're gonna do several warm-up sets, then 3 working sets of 7 to 9 reps. Now you wanna concentrate on your form. I've never been the strongest at the deadlift, but this is something I'm always working on. So when doing the deadlift, you wanna drive through the heels, don't come up on your toes, keep your hip down, chest up, knees back behind the toes, and don't ever just yank. Get a gentle pull and then come up. You wanna try to lock your knees in your hip at the same time. Warm-up sets done. I always do a lot of warm-up sets on the big movements like deadlifts and squats just to make sure my body is just warmed up and ready to go. Now after these warm-ups, now we're gonna do our 3 working sets in the 7 to 9 rep range. It's gonna start getting heavy now for me, which means I will use my belt and my wrist straps. I use that stuff, not as a crutch, but I don't want my grip strength causing me to do less on my actual deadlift, and I wanna keep my lower back safe. That was hard, but let's make it harder, more weight. Now I'm just going up very gradually, small. I could easily put a 10 on there, but I'm being very careful. I wanna make sure I'm keeping form and being safe at the same time while I progress upward. Stretching between sets has helped me a lot. It helps me be stronger and I have less pain while I'm doing the exercises and afterwards. That was nasty. I start off every workout while sipping on some whey protein Kaged Muscle Re-Kage. And the reason for this is because it's been 2 or 3 hours since I've had breakfast and I don't like to work out on a full stomach. But I want protein, fast digesting protein in my system to help with that recovery process on those first sets where I start breaking down muscle. So I always start my workouts sipping on whey protein. The deadlift and the squat are 2 of the hardest exercises you can do. They're ones I used to fear a lot when I was younger. If you can do them, there's 2 of the best exercises you can do for any goals: weight loss, muscle building, conditioning. When I decided just to jump into it and just hammer away at it, that's when I've had the best progress with my squats and deadlifts. This week I lifted in the 7 to 9 rep range. Next week, week 6 of basic and big, we'll come back to this again, lifting in the 5 to 7 rep range. So after warm-ups, next week I'm gonna start where I ended today. I'm gonna start where I left off and go even heavier. That's how you overload the muscles, by being progressive. Right now I have a little bit of strain, maybe my teres major back here in my upper back. So I'm having to modify a few exercises so it don't hurt and I can kind of still work the muscle without hurting myself. I really want to do this on an incline bench, but it's not kind of rigged up where I can do it, so I'm going to modify by doing what you see me do over here. Any kind of pull down movements that you're doing, as you pull the elbows back, you always want to lift your chest. Don't ever cave your chest in and have your biceps take over. Lift the chest regardless if it's a pull up or a pull down. I also try to think width. I try to expand and pull wide. It helps contract the back better. I'm gonna do a pause rest round, which means I'm just gonna rest 5-10 seconds, let my ATP recuperate, hit a couple more reps. This is how you intensify when you're training by yourself. And we're gonna hold that weight. If I go any heavier, my form will go completely to crud. So I'm gonna hold that and keep it intense. And next week when I'm lifting into the 5 to 7 rep range, after warm-ups, I'll start with this weight and go to new territory. Now I had my cage muscle pre-cage 30 minutes before the workout. About 15-20 minutes into my workout, I make my in-cage intro workout, and I'll start sipping on this to the very last set, to the end of the workout. This takes over where the pre-workout left off. Keeps my energy high, endurance, strength, recovery, hydration. But honestly, it just tastes good. This is one of the reasons how I keep my workouts so intense and sometimes long. You guys notice I'm in here a long time sometimes because I'm filming and doing photography for you guys. So my workouts can be long, but you see that I'm intense all the way through. This is one of the reasons it helps. So a week or so back, lifting real heavy, I saw slightly strained my upper lat. It's not tore, it's just a little inflamed. Have a massage therapist working on it. I ice it and heat it, stretch it, but not aggressively, just light stretching. So I'm working through a little pain right now. If I thought it was a tear, I would go to the doctor and I would probably not be doing some of these lifts, but I'm making the determination that I can still train through it. I'm just being careful in my form. You'll notice I'm being a little cheaty, a little bit of swinging happening. Well, that's on purpose, and I'm not fully stretching at the top with the heavy weight. I'm kind of stopping just shy, just so I don't overly stretch that. So what you see me doing today, I'm doing on purpose. So as you see, I've been taking stretching pretty seriously lately. Before chest work and shoulder work, I've been going through a lot of shoulder mobility work and stretches that I've been showing you. Before I work back, I really stretch out my lats and lower back. Before legs, I'll stretch out my hamstrings and my lower back. If I take 5-10 minutes to do that, I just feel so much better and I can lift more. I'm not afraid to use 5s and even 2.5 plates. If I'm going up in weight, hey, that's progress. It doesn't matter how small, progress is progress. I film these and I post these up for you guys on Snapchat and IG stories so you can follow my workouts. But as I'm looking back at them, I'm also watching my form. Just to see if I like what I'm doing. If it looks off, I'll make adjustments. That looks pretty good. I always keep track every day, every workout, every exercise, every set, every rep. Sometimes I put bad jokes in there or notes for me. This is how I stay on track, by being methodical. And next week, at week 6, I'm gonna start where we're leaving off. So I've even put my notes for next week. I recommend everybody keep a journal if you're serious. And we're gonna finish this back workout off with a superset of a seated row using this mid-grip handle and some rear delt work. Since the rear delts are already activated doing all this other back work, we're gonna do this and go right into some face pulls immediately afterwards and do them back to back. To be hard. always take that last negative, that final negative of the last rep as slow as I can, just to get as much out of it as possible. It's painful, but it's worth it. So Basic and Big, the program I'm doing right now is a periodized program, which means the rep ranges change each week. On the lighter weeks, we're doing a 9 to 11 rep range. Then the very next week, we're doing about the same exercises in a heavier 7 to 9 reps. Then on the third week, every third week, we're doing a heavy 5 to 7 reps. So right now we're doing 7 to 9 reps. And when we're lifting a little heavier like this, I take longer rests between sets, about 2 minutes rest. Next week when we're lifting heavy in that 5 to 7 rep range, we'll take maybe up to 3 minutes of rest, 2 to 3 minutes. Proper rest so we can come and lift heavy. Now these reps are a little dirty, I'm cheating a little bit of a swing happening. But while I'm swinging, I'm trying to keep my elbow tucked to still contract the bicep and take the negative a little slower. They're a little sloppy, but kind of on purpose because I'm lifting a little heavier today. Between sets, I'm stretching the biceps. I do that, and it kind of looks weird, but it's how I can stretch out my bicep really good. And I give it a nice flex, not to show off or anything because it's not that impressive, but just to get some blood in there, help harden it up. The more you flex the muscle and contract it, the more you learn how to control it while you're exercising and working. Keeping it simple, 3 sets per exercise here on biceps. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just basic and heavy. It's built some of the best physiques of all time lifting this way, so it should work for us. Now these first 2 sets of the standing alternate curl are pretty heavy, a little cheaty. I got one more set. I decided to do a strip set on this final set, which means I'm gonna go even heavier, get a couple reps, and then start dropping the weight for 1 or 2 more reps until I hit my total of 7, which means every rep or 2 are gonna be at the max weight I can do. So it's a very intense technique, it's called a strip set. You're picking a weight where you can maybe do 2 reps, and it's that heavy. Then you're dropping the weight just the smallest amount for another 1 to 2 reps. And you continue that until you hit all your reps. So it's high intense every single rep. Versus normal sets where it's only intense those last couple reps. It's intense the whole way through. Be careful doing strip sets, but they'll change the game. Got one final set, and I'm doing cable curls with the neutral grip handle because I want to bring in the forearms a little bit more. Got one final set, and I decided to do another strip set. Now strip sets are really easy to do with cable machines, which means I'm going to go up an extra 20 or 30 pounds than the last set, and the last set was heavy already, so I'm shooting just to get 2 or 3 reps with this much heavier weight. Then I'm going to move the pin up just by 1 for another 1 to 2 reps, move it up by 1, and I'm going to continue doing that until I get my full 9 reps in. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Those last couple were ugly. Now after every single workout, immediately after that last set, I always grab my post-workout re-cage. This is a fast digesting way to help with maximum recovery. So what I typically do, this is my FitMark meal management bag. I pack this up every morning about 6 a.m. before I leave the house. It has my lunch, my snacks, my post-workout in it. So typically I'm not dragging this around to the gym. I just wanted to show you today. But in the morning I put my scoop in here, and I always have this with me so I can mix it up immediately after that last set. Just like I'm consistent with my nutrition, I'm consistent with my workouts, I'm also consistent with my supplementation. The right supplements like Kaged Muscle do work, but only if your nutrition is on point and you're exercising intensely. If you're already working hard and you're eating right, they will assist you with recovery, they'll assist you with strength and endurance. You still have to put the work in. Now I come in here day in and day out and work hard enough that just a little bit of help this stuff gives me, I want it. I work too hard not to get every ounce of results. Thank you guys for joining me today on week 5, day 31 of my 12-week Lean Bulk Trainer Basic and Big. I'm doing daily videos, downloadable PDFs. It's all archived so you guys can start this program at any time. Check it out on WittigWorks.com.